How do you find the one? Sharp came here coming at you with another video from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So the question of the day comes from a long-time listener. He wanted to know, how do you find the one? How do you find that one special person? How do you find your soulmate? How do you find your soulmate? So, good question. But as a wise man once told me, there's more than meets the eyes. And sometimes there's more than meets the ears. Which means that people will say things that sounds cute in society, but they don't necessarily tell you what it really means when they say, how do you find the one? How do you go about finding the one? So, if you want to find the one, go stand in the mirror and point. Who do you see when you look in the mirror? That's who the one is. The one is you. You have to find yourself before you go out here in this society, wherever you live in your town, in your city, before you go out here and try to look for somebody that you want in your life. See the problem with going out and look for somebody else before you take care of yourself, see, you assume, like most people, that there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. Flawless. You assume that everyone you meet is going to be okay with how you are as a person. And that's where you're wrong. Because see, in this world, if you're growing or you're dying, and you get who you are, you don't get what you want. Sure, you can go out here and perpetrate fraud, fake it till you make it, but it's going to fall apart. And then when it falls apart, you know what most people do? They start saying stuff, the quality of guys is just not that good out here. Women are this, women are that. And those people just don't want to take responsibility and just don't want to be accountable for who they are. That's all it is. There's a lot of women out here, especially. And see, women can get away with not being accountable in society. Us as men, we can't really get away with that. Because if we go out here not being accountable for our actions and not taking responsibility, we might end up in jail. We're going to have to pay the piper. See, women, they'll slap them on the wrist. A woman can do almost anything. I mean, almost anything. And they'll give them a slap on the wrist. She'll start crying. That's it. You might have to pay a little bit of money out. That's the worst it's probably going to get. Us, we'll probably end up in jail. So, yeah. And you lose everything. Right? So we don't have a lot of room for mistakes like women do. We have to be accountable for our actions and responsibilities. And if we're not, you're going to get labeled. You're going to get labeled as a deadbeat. I can go on and on and on. And people are going to be looking at you funny style. I'm not saying you should care what people really think and say about you. But there's a double standard in this society. That's the point I'm trying to make. A woman can do almost anything. Anything. They don't say she's a bad woman. They don't say, she's a deadbeat. No. But you do it as a man. You don't even you can just get accused of something out here. They'll just assume you did it. And especially if you're non-white. You did it. You did it. He did it. So you're guilty until proven innocent. That's been my experience. So This is why you have to take on more responsibility. It's in your best interest to work on yourself first before you go out here looking for some soulmate or the one. Because, and the best part about this is, this has to be a lifestyle. It's a process. And once you get this, once you raise your consciousness of who you already are, whenever you decide to make a conscious decision to find out who you are, you never have to start all over. And you're going to radiate this energy, the vibe, with people everywhere you go. And that's going to be attractive. It's going to be magnetic. Things get easier. Things become effortless. The struggle is not going to be the same. Trust me on this. Because I know who I am, and when I'm out and about, things that used to happen to me, let's say 10, 15, 20 years ago, a lot of that stuff don't happen to me today. A lot of these people I meet, it's hard for me to take them serious. A lot of people that I meet today, is the majority of these people, fake and phony, most of them anyway. So it's hard for me to take them serious until proven otherwise. And that didn't happen until I made a shift in my way of thinking. And until I raised my level of consciousness. And this didn't happen overnight. But it happened because I made a decision. I wanted to grow. I wanted to become a better man, become a better person. And when that happened, I started to radiate different energy. And sometimes it could go both ways. You attract women and you push some women away. Like, for example, a lot of the women that I used to talk to 10, 15 years ago, today they don't want anything to do with me. Because they know that I'm on some other shit. And that's good. Because I don't have to waste my time talking and explaining any of that stuff. They'll see me, they might see my pictures online or video online, or they might see me in person, and they'll be like, oh, you're different, something different about you. And then some women have told me this personally, something a little different about you. You got a different vibe. You don't drink like you used to. I don't. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Just don't do it. So either at the end of the day, either you're growing or you're dying. There's no in between. There's no neutral. If you're stagnant, you're going backwards. If you're neutral, you're going backwards. So the more you can become, the more you can find the one that's good for you. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your journey's been like. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my Patreon. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.